In this video, I will share with you my story of how I lost $150,000 in Celsius Network and share with you some of the valuable lessons that I have learned after going through weeks and months of extreme depression. For all my current subscribers, I know it's been months since my last upload, and I do apologize for that. Even before the collapse of Celsius Network, I was already going through extreme loneliness and depression. Again, that's for another video. For those of you that have your portfolio stuck in Celsius Network, my hope is that you take some valuable lessons from this video as I share with you my cryptocurrency journey. So with that said, yes, over 90% of my portfolio is stuck in Celsius Network. So the news of Celsius Network filing for bankruptcy only added to my already worsening depression. For those of you that are watching this video and have the majority of your portfolio stuck in Celsius Network, I do encourage you in the comment section down below to write down some things you're doing in your life to hopefully encourage some other people that are also stuck in the same boat. My investing journey began in 2016 when I heard about the movement called Financial Independence Retire Early, where people invested and saved the majority of their paychecks and invested them in stocks or real estate with the goal of hopefully retiring quite early, maybe in their late 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s. I actually tried this, and even after knowing that this whole entire process will take quite a long time to develop, like years to develop, I actually gave up only a few months after trying and wanted to find something with more juice. At that time, I was working for one of the largest accounting firms in the world, making an extremely low salary given the amount of hours I was working. A typical day for me would be coming into the office around 8:30 a.m. We had lunch, we had dinner at the office, and we typically did not leave the office till about 11 p.m. or even midnight. My life was miserable. That was probably why I never really learned the lesson that I want to share with you in this video, which is delayed gratification. At that time, I was actually so miserable with my corporate career that I wanted financial independence to happen now. Not 10 years or not 20 years from now. I wanted it to happen now. Luckily for me, I had a coworker introduce me to the idea of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and I actually started to do research. After doing my weeks and months of extensive research and watching endless videos of how Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would actually change the financial world, I decided to go all in, and I mean all in. I borrowed $30,000 of a personal loan from a company called Prosper, and I used that money to buy mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum in my portfolio right around 2017. Towards the end of the year, I actually turned $30,000 of my personal loan into $180,000. Yes, I know it's only 6x. For those of you that are in cryptocurrencies, it's really not much, but for me, that was amazing given the fact that it was a 6x of borrowed money. I was really excited. I actually told myself that once this portfolio hits $1 million, I will plan to sell my entire portfolio and transfer that money into safer investments like dividend yielding stocks or real estate, make some passive income so I can finally quit my miserable corporate job, live in a cheap country like Thailand or Vietnam, and just spend my whole life making YouTube videos. As many of you know, that plan did not work. At the beginning of 2018, I held on to my entire cryptocurrency portfolio without selling a single penny. Towards the end of the year, I had a cryptocurrency portfolio valued roughly just under $10,000. And I still had the $30,000 of loan that I still had to pay off. I was pretty sure the balance on that loan was still roughly in the mid-20s, given the fact that I was paying an extremely high amount of interest, north of 20% annually, which is insane. In 2019, I continued with the same type of work, and I lived on a miserable life, working extremely long hours. I held on to my cryptocurrency portfolio with the hopes and dreams that one day I would hit that multiple six-figure mark again and potentially hit a $1 million portfolio. Fast forward to 2020, the whole world collapsed and every major central banks around the world started to actually print money. All of a sudden, my whole entire portfolio woke up again. and the prices of cryptocurrencies went up, and it actually gave me hope that I can, in the near future, quit my job and do YouTube full time. Towards the end of 2020, I was actually making really good progress. Most of the borrowed money that I borrowed back in 2017 was starting to be paid down, and my cryptocurrency portfolio was approaching $100,000 again. At the same time, towards the end of 2020, I heard of cryptocurrency companies like Crypto.com, Celsius Network, and BlockFi, and they advertise how you can actually earn passive income by lending your cryptocurrencies to other people. After doing my research at the time, I actually told myself that this has to be pretty safe because most of the crypto-backed loans are over-collateralized, meaning people would typically lend 2 to 4 times their portfolio in order to borrow money. After shifting between a few cryptocurrency companies, between Crypto.com, BlockFi, and Celsius Network, I finally decided to go all in Celsius Network, given the fact that they had the highest advertised rates, and I was actually also familiar with them given the fact that they had weekly AMAs on Fridays. So I knew a lot about the company. My portfolio in the middle of 2021 actually approached $750,000, in which the majority of that was in Celsius Network earning yield. Fast forward to 2022, my portfolio lost 80% of its value again, in which most of that was still in Celsius Network. At least I told myself my portfolio is earning yield, so it can't be that bad, right? In 2022, I actually decided to get 2 jobs and use that money to pay off the rest of my debt of my personal loan that I got back in the days in 2017, and also use the extra money to hopefully save up 1 year's worth of living expenses so I can wait for cryptocurrencies to hit all-time highs again and finally fulfill my dream of becoming a full-time YouTuber. On June 12, 2022, my whole life collapsed after hearing that Celsius Network will be pausing its withdrawals indefinitely. At that time, I was actually very close to paying off my debt and would use some of the savings which I held as stablecoins in Celsius Network to live on my life and hopefully become a full-time YouTuber making content full-time. After hearing the news of Celsius Network, I was devastated and accepted the fact that I would probably have to work in corporate America until roughly 2025 or 2026, whenever we get the next freaking bull market again. As I wrap up my personal story, I want to share with you some valuable lessons that I learned as I fight through my depression and learn to find the true meaning of happiness in my own life. The first and major lesson that I learned is delayed gratification, in which I already mentioned before. Many times, people in our society actually want things to happen now and can't wait for things to happen later. They want things now. In my case, I also wanted to get rich very quickly and wanted that instant gratification of what money could provide. So the idea of Celsius Network giving us 8 to 9% interest yields, in my mind, that 8 to 9% would eventually lead to 80 to 90% interest rates towards the future, given the fact that cryptocurrency still has another 10x or 20x move from this point in time. In hindsight, I should have just accepted the fact that my cryptocurrencies would have been better off in a cold storage wallet like a Nano Ledger X. As I rebuild my life and my cryptocurrency portfolio, I plan to be putting majority of my cryptocurrency portfolio in a cold storage wallet. And if you guys don't already have a Nano Ledger, I would really appreciate it if you guys use my affiliate link down below. It will really help with the growth of my YouTube channel. The second lesson I learned is having an emergency fund with an FDIC insured bank, such as what you have in the United States. Yes, I was not earning the advertised 6 to 8% interest in stablecoins like Celsius did promise, but hey, given the fact that the federal funds rate is increasing, savings account interest rates are also increasing. So currently right now my money is in SoFi Bank earning a 2% interest on my capital. So I'm quite happy with that. One thing to note here is, why does it even matter that you have some stable coins earning only a 2% interest rate on your savings account? If you truly believe that cryptocurrency will be the next revolution or the next big thing, then why does it even matter that 5 to 10% of your portfolio is in cash, earning 2% interest rate, for example, where the rest of your portfolio, 90 to 95%, can easily 10 to 20x from here in the next 10 to 20 years? The last thing that I learned is that we should never, ever center our lives around money, and that we should actually live our life with a purpose that God called us to do. Back in 2017, my only purpose in life was to get rich and grow my portfolio to $1 million and live my life to just do whatever I want. Now I realize that money is no longer the center of my life. My main purpose right now in my life, as I started to meditate on my life, is to make YouTube content so that I can one day inspire people that were in the same boat as me. Maybe right now you're currently working a job that you don't like. Maybe these videos that I'm making can inspire you to hopefully one day save up, invest your money, put your money in a cold storage and not let it be touched by centralized exchanges like Celsius Network. And hopefully you can one day quit your job once cryptocurrencies hit these extreme valuations that we've always been projecting of in the next 5 to 10 years. Now to wrap things up with Celsius Network, focus on things that you can actually control. There's no need to spend endless nights reading Reddit posts about Celsius Network and all the drama that's going on currently at the moment. The point is, these things are out of our control and there's really no need for us to spend hours and hours reading about this. At this point in time, I am very optimistic that no matter what happens, whether that be a chapter 11 or a chapter 7, we will at least get a portion of our portfolio, whether that be 30%, 40%, 50%, or even 100%. I'm optimistic that we will get something out of this. Now, the only question is we don't know when. It could be next year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now. The point is it's out of our control. And all we have to do right now is wait and be optimistic and pray to God that things will go in the right direction. So the best thing for you to do right now is actually to go back and live your lives. Live your life's purpose and actually do the things that you want to do and focus on things that you can actually control. Make YouTube videos, play guitar, or do something that you love. If you are new to my channel and want to keep track of me as I try to rebuild my cryptocurrency portfolio from scratch, then definitely subscribe down below. Also, write down in the comment section below what you're doing with your life right now as you try to recover from the devastating news of Celsius Network. Again, thanks for watching my video and I will see you guys next time.